Hello and welcome to the U.S. Update Immigration. This week has been one of those moments in immigration where almost every part of the system felt active at the same time. Families waiting on green cards saw new movement after months of silence. Workers watched their employment authorization finally move forward, and others faced fresh concerns as deportation enforcement and travel ban discussions returned to the spotlight. As of this week, immigration is clearly in a transition phase with agencies closing out the year, the Trump administration setting its direction for 2026, and applicants everywhere trying to understand what these shifts mean for their future. In this video, we'll walk through all the major U.S. immigration updates from this week, covering green card processing, deportation activity, visa movement, EAD approvals, and the latest developments around possible travel restrictions. If you are liking this video, please hit the bell button, subscribe, and like it so that you may get updates straight to your smartphone. Now let's get into the video. This week began with noticeable activity inside USCIS, especially in family-based green card cases. Applicants who had been waiting through most of 2025 suddenly started seeing updates on their online accounts. Several I-30 petitions and adjustment of status cases moved from long periods of inactivity into active review, interview scheduling, or even approval. Immigration attorneys believe USCIS is making a focused effort to clear older cases before the end of the year, especially those where documentation is complete and background checks are already finished. While this does not mean processing times have dramatically improved across the board, it does show that the agency is actively working through backlogs as 2025 comes to a close. At the same time, USCIS continued applying strict review standards. This week again highlighted how unforgiving the system has become when applications are incomplete. Cases with missing signatures, outdated forms, or weak financial evidence were denied quickly instead of receiving requests for evidence. This approach reflects the Trump administration's push for faster decisions and reduced internal back and forth. But it also means applicants must be extremely careful. A small mistake now can result in months of delay or the need to refile entirely. Work permit processing brought some of the most welcome news this week. Many applicants waiting for EAD renewals or first-time approvals reported faster decisions, particularly those tied to adjustment of status, humanitarian programs, and certain student categories. USCIS appears to have shifted resources temporarily to prevent a surge of expired work permits heading into the new year. For thousands of workers, this meant the ability to keep their jobs, start new employment, or avoid last-minute extensions. However, immigration experts caution that this faster pace may not last once new policies and fee changes take effect in early 2026. Visa processing abroad showed a mixed picture. At the National Visa Center, document review timelines continued improving, allowing more cases to reach documentarily qualified status. Some families who had been waiting months finally received confirmation that their cases were ready for interview scheduling. At the same time, several U.S. embassies paused or slowed scheduling for specific categories, particularly in regions linked to ongoing travel ban and security discussions. These pauses are not cancellations, but they reflect caution from consular posts as they await updated guidance from Washington. Travel concerns returned to the spotlight this week as new discussions inside the Trump administration gained attention. Officials confirmed that immigration from certain regions remains under active review, and while no new travel ban has been formally announced yet, internal preparations are underway. Airports and ports of entry have been advised to prepare for enhanced screening procedures beginning later this month. For now, green card holders and visa holders are not subject to new restrictions, but travelers from certain countries are experiencing longer questioning and secondary inspections. Immigration attorneys are advising travelers to carry complete documentation and avoid unnecessary international travel if possible. Deportation enforcement also increased this week, adding another layer of anxiety for many immigrant communities. DHS and IC expanded targeted operations focusing on individuals with final orders of removal, visa overstays, and cases flagged through information sharing systems. While lawful permanent residents and applicants with pending cases are not the primary targets, the overall enforcement environment has become more visible and more aggressive. Community organizations reported an increase in enforcement actions in several major cities. reinforcing the administration's message that immigration enforcement will remain a priority going into 2026. The visa bulletin continues to shape expectations as well. Family based categories showed little movement this month, leaving many applicants in long standing backlogs still waiting. Employment based categories saw limited forward progress in certain preference groups, but nothing that signals a major breakthrough. Analysts believe that meaningful movement will depend on how USCIS manages filings during the fee change transition and how remaining visa numbers are allocated early next year. Meanwhile, the Supreme Court remains engaged in immigration related cases that could influence policy in 2026. One fast tracked case involving border processing and asylum procedures continues moving forward, drawing attention from advocates and policymakers alike. While this case does not immediately change family or employment based immigration, it reflects a broader environment where immigration rules are being shaped not only by agencies and Congress, but also by the courts. As this week comes to an end, the overall picture is complex but clear. Immigration is not frozen, but it is not stable either. Some applicants are seeing long awaited progress, others are facing sudden delays, and many are trying to navigate new enforcement signals without clear timelines. December 2025 is shaping up to be a turning point, a moment where agencies are closing out old cases, setting expectations for 2026, and adjusting to the Trump administration's policy direction. For anyone with a pending green card, visa application, work permit, or family petition, this is a time to stay alert. Monitor your USCIS and NVC accounts closely. Respond quickly to any notices and ensure all documentation is accurate and complete. These final weeks of the year may bring additional updates, and being prepared can make a significant difference in how smoothly your case moves forward. That's all we have for this bulletin. The U.S. Update Immigration Channel provides all necessary visa information and procedures for your U.S. immigration journey. It is important to understand the United States immigration processing steps, visa application requirements, processing times, forms, fees, and more. We will continue to provide all information about U.S. visitor visas such as B1 and B2, work visas such as L1A, L1B, and H1B, student visas, green cards, immigrant visas, EB1, EB2, EB3, EB4, and EB5, and family immigrant visas. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the U.S. Update Immigration channel. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.